Welcome to Parties Extra. I'm Helen Ford Wallace, and we are at the Oklahoman's video studio to talk to Jennifer McCharen, stylist at Rutz Salon. Thanks for coming in on this rainy Friday, Jennifer.
I know. Thanks for having me.
Well, our hair got kind of wet.
Mine melted and yours gets curly.
I know. Well, we're looking at some great fall trends, I guess, for hair, and you probably have good ideas for color and cut and style. So what's trending?
Let's see. For fall, it's all about other decades. So the 90s are big.
The 90s?
The 90s are coming back. Scrunchies.
I don't think scrunchies ever went out.
Well, people don't wear them out. And then the jaw clips, or the chip clip, I guess. Believe it or not, these I actually got today. I mean, as far as like, yes. And I've seen clients come in with them, so they're coming back.
Oh, how funny.
And then these, remember these
Oh my gosh, now those are the
back.
Those are the 50s.
And then, well, and it was like 40s. Big hair, blow dries are in. These accessories, and this is like the, where you do the, where it looks like that one.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
That pulls it off.
And so we have all these, the return of the hair accessories.
Return of the hair accessories. And then we also have fall haircuts. So fall haircuts are throwback to the 90s. The bob from about cheek to chin. Baby bangs.
What's a baby bang?
It's short bangs that are like this long. They're, well, let's see, maybe like that long, like those really short ones we used to have. Okay. They're not for everybody, because I made the mistake of doing that in the 90s, and I have a cowlick and it just stuck out all the time. So be cautious of your bangs.
You have to know what you're doing.
Yeah. And then for long hair, it's long layers, kind of internal layers. So basically you do a lot of texturing, not a lot of layering per se. Well,
I mean, everybody's got long hair.
A lot of people have long hair, but everybody's cutting it off. It's a big deal. Like, I've seen a whole lot of the lob, you know, that in-between bob, and now everybody's going shorter.
That's interesting too.
Yeah.
How about middle parts?
Middle parts are in fringe bangs, or curtain bangs.
Curtain bangs?
Curtain bangs. And like, I think I had mine earlier like that. And it's just like where it looks like a curtain, you know, it kind of spreads out. And
how interesting. You
can kind of keep it in, or you can go way inside like this, because I mean, I had them earlier today, and they were kind of like in between, you know.
Wow.
You can do like
so
a curtain.
There's always something. There's always a change.
Well, I mean, you could be versatile. That's the good idea. You know,
but I like how your hair's cut. I mean, you've got some
a lot of texture. Yeah.
It looks fabulous. I mean, it doesn't matter if you've been out in the rain. You've got it. It's all going the right direction.
Well, it's all about easy hair, healthy hair, easy hair this fall.
Braids.
Braids are still in. Small braids in long hair, big braids, big glossy braids, you know, sleek, slick, pretty ponytail braids. So they're going to stay in for fall.
And there's the layered look, and the middle part.
Middle part and braids.
Awesome. Well, and you always have excellent styling tips. You know, you always tell us how to get it looking better. So you've got a great hair dryer over there, and you use that, I guess. Yes. So I wanted to kind of show everyone some volume techniques. Okay. Because I get a lot of questions about how do I get volume? How do I get volume? And a lot of it starts with blow drying. And when you want volume, essentially you're going to put this in, over direct it backwards, so you see that, and then roll it down. So what you're doing is you're creating this, you know, kind of curl and volume. A little volume. And you can use your powders, as I showed before, anything to kind of keep those up. So that's a big one. Now, the right brush is key. This acts like a curling iron. Wow. This helps get water out plus a curling iron. And then this is essentially to kind of get it straighter if you have some wave or some curl naturally. It will not smooth. And a lot of people think this particular one will smooth your hair out. It will not. The ceramic kind, or the kind with the metal backs, they're the only ones that will. So you've So you have to have the right tools.
Right tools. And I know this is a throwback, but this is what I use every day, all the time. And a lot of it is people forget. If you go through and you brush down any of these or anything smaller, you're taking out all of your volume. So with this, you just can back comb and not look crazy and have
that is a great comb.
Because it's not so much that you're breaking your hair off by back combing every day. It's enough to give you enough volume, and it's a throwback. And I love it.
That is awesome. So do you use curling irons or flat irons or anything like that?
For the most part, there's a lot of flat iron curling. There is, a lot of people are just doing blow dry. Blow dry is important because like blow dryers themselves are a huge deal and can be game changers.
That's very fancy.
This one's super fancy. But it's light. Like if you have 10 tons of hair and it's really long, you need to find one that weighs nothing and it's light. Kind of cheaper ones are good for people like me in a weird way because it doesn't matter. I have straight hair. I'm not trying to get it straight. I'm trying to get it dry. Invest some serious money in a blow dryer if you have curly or wavy, you want to smooth all the time. It'll make your life so much easier. And especially with all the products they have now for smoothing, straightening. So that's a huge one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and so if someone asks you why her hair's thinning out, do you always have an answer for that?
Yes, because this is a big one. Thinning hair, so the hair thins naturally. It goes in 3 cycles. Your cuticle or your follicle will close, but other ones are open. So it does this all the time. With the not shampooing thing now, everybody wants to wait a week or a couple of days.
And they don't do it every day.
Right. And what happens is when you shampoo, you're going to see all of that hair come out because it's just a natural shedding. Well, a lot of times, if you do too much of that and you don't clean your hair off and you don't cleanse those follicles, they will die. And so people that don't shampoo, I get it, I understand, but you also don't want to, you know, kill your follicle, make it never come back. So at least once a week, I would say, really use like a good cleansing scalp treatment.
And great shampoos.
Yeah, because the scalp cleaners will totally help get everything off, get you fresh. I mean, as we age, it's going to get finer. Your hair naturally falls out. That's normal. A lot of times it's hormonal imbalance, nutritional issues.
Medicine.
Yeah.
Medical. But you have these shampoos that you all use at Rutz are very, very good, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, for everybody, there's a type, right? So you have like super cleansing. You have some, especially for the scalp, if you have sensitive scalp or scalp issues. I think there's an acid wash up there, which is kind of like an apple cider vinegar that people try to do, but it's easier. So yeah.
Maybe that's what I should use. It sounds pretty good. Okay, and then these mists you have going on here. What are these?
Yes, so dry shampoo. Speaking of dry shampoo. These are a variety. So you have like powder form.
Oh, wow.
Of dry shampoo. You have the wet form. And it actually is dry when you put it in your hair, you let it dry and then restyle it. So it acts like a dry shampoo. And then the sprays. And then you'll have a light, medium, and heavy. If you want to really actually clean your hair, sleep in it. It should help because it has charcoal in it and things like that. Yeah, and this one's a spray.
That's the same thing.
Same as this.
That's awesome. Okay, so I'm looking over here. One of these has gold. That one.
So this one is a dry shampoo.
Is it?
With gold? This one's dry texture. Excuse me. This is dry shampoo. This is dry texture. So dry texture is a little bit different. What it does is it kind of helps create volume. Let's find out. So you'll put it in.
It doesn't do gold. It looks like it might do some gold.
No, I don't know in this one so much.
No.
I think it just helps kind of get it lifted and fluffy again.
Yes.
So it's a good one. And it's sort of like dry shampoo, but it doesn't have the cleansing quality.
Wow.
The dry texture sprays.
Well, you've been doing hair for 27 years, and I think when you were here last year, last year, you told us how you got into the business, but tell us again.
Oh, basically
27 years is a long time.
27 years is a long time, and I have to say I still enjoy it. People are happy to see me, and people are happy when they leave. So there's not a lot of jobs like that.
That's true.
I am super fortunate to have kind of fell into some really good things early on, doing things for TV stations and commercials, and so it's been a fun ride for sure.
How did you decide how to fix your own hair?
A lot of it, rain. It's huge. Rain, you'll usually see me back with the ponytail. Because mine's straight and flat, and it's just what I prefer.
Do you ever put in curls? Or?
I do. I'll do the wand and do the curls around. I do a curling iron.
How about color?
Color. So, fall color. Let me tell you about that. So fall colors are a progression into warmth. So you'll have strawberry blondes, you'll have kind of a copper auburn, think pumpkin, right? Chocolate browns, and then like deep inky blacks, you know. There's a new technique that's coming out, and it's called, well, it's not necessarily super new, but everything gets reinvented, right?
Yes.
So it's called hair melting. And so what you do is you'll have darker roots and you kind of fade into your light. Now, if you don't want to make a commitment to that, there's like lots of colored sprays. So I'm going to kind of show you. Where you can have it glide on down to your roots and make it look like it's darker.
Oh, wow.
And you don't have to make the commitment for it. You can also take these.
Oh my gosh.
And then make yourself like your own highlight or low light.
For
a night for a party. If you have long hair, a lot of those people like pieces. This one is more platinum. I'm not sure if it'll cover this up or not.
Yeah, it shows.
Yeah. So
this is for the party. You have a red one. Let's do a red one just to see it. I mean, just so we can see.
Sure. Do that front here.
That's great. Now that's party. That's party hair.
And so you can add any kind of color. I mean, we even have like a black. If you technically want to have that really grown in root, and you want to, I mean, this is definitely extreme. This one not spraying, might be in.
There it is. It's coming a little darker.
Oh, you know what? I remember. That's not coming, is it?
Yeah, it's something. That is very unusual. I like that.
So you can kind of create your own if you want, just for a day. You can, they're coming out with color shampoos and conditioners that'll actually wash out. So like if I wanted to, I could use those, be red for a day, and then wash it out and be blonde the next day. So those are coming for fall as well. And they're getting better about washing out. They used to stick, especially in light blonde hair. Now they just come right out.
How about men? Do men use any of these things?
Men ask a lot about thinning, which the cleansing will help. Not really. For men, it's just kind of that classic look.
Do people color their hair?
Men will color, but a lot of times they won't color in front of other people. So a lot of times I either do a man's color if they want one early in the morning, nobody's around, or they do it themselves and kind of ask for your help. So, but you know, they're not as natural, which is sad because ladies' colors, you know, are super natural now, and men just don't have that luxury of having that yet. I'm sure there'll be a day.
So, and talk about our favorite hairspray, Kendra. Anything new there?
No, I think for fall, a lot of it's, the Kendra is okay, but it's going to be light, easy, flowy hair. And especially with the short bobs, the easy bangs, the fringy bangs, curtain bangs, it's all like movement, something easy. So flexible hairsprays, light, will be good.
How about holiday hair? We're not quite there yet, and maybe you can come back and tell us about holiday hair, but any preview?
Probably for holiday hair, I would say a lot of these kinds of things. And then actually Pinterest is a good one because it has like, you can do it yourself, braids, buns, what have you, and I'm happy to come back and obviously do some for you. But it's all soft and flowy as well when I was doing some research. So,
how about hair extensions? Do people still do those?
Hair extensions are have gone to like hair pieces, and I think maybe last time I did a hair piece, I think. And so hair pieces are kind of big instead of just actual extensions. Since people are going shorter, they want to add volume, so they put a piece in. Or
I mean, they've really put, I mean, I've seen people just plop one on there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they don't even work it in.
Oh, well, that's a lot of look.
you kind of got to work it in, I think. Very interesting looks. Okay, so how about perms? Anyone? Perms?
You know, because of the decade throwback, I did see curly. You know, sadly, perms have not progressed as far as any better than they were in your 80s and 90s. It's the same gig, I know. And it is, because everybody is hopeful, and sadly it's the same thing.
But you could do a 30-minute perm and it's done.
And
wouldn't that be nice?
But curls, big, tiny curls, big curls, all kinds of like tighter curls, like a perm, that's very in for fall as well.
You don't ever curl your hair?
I do. I like to curl my hair. Yeah.
It's cute.
It's getting it to stay is the problem. Especially in weather like this.
Okay, so there are YouTube videos that people can look at sometimes for
YouTube,
to find their
Pinterest.
perfect look.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you ever are in doubt, I think there's some like tips for blow drying even. But you know, ask your stylist, because a lot of times, like, I'm happy to show people or happy to like make 15 minutes and have you come in and do your own hair and let me watch you. You know, that's a big deal. And bring your products in. Let me see what you got. I had a woman do that one time, and over half of them were not even for her hair type. You know, because we all just buy stuff because you know, we think it's going to work or it might be ours, and it was a waste of time. So we just donated them. You know,
and
the
got
third of them.
the right stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you take classes? Do you take classes for hair?
Well, it's so funny because, you know, we progress with technology like everybody else. And so with hair, they have webinars a lot. And instead of going and having a big convention, a lot of times we can just go online, pay some money, watch our whatever we want as far as education goes, which is nice and it's convenient. So like at night when I go home, if I'm thinking about something, I can go ahead and research it and learn it, which is nice.
And Rutz has a website, I think.
Rutz has a website. So it's rutzsalon.com. And if you guys mention News OK or any of the parties, etc., we'll give you 10% off.
Oh,
come
that's
on by
nice.
of any of our stuff that we like to show you.
Oh,
So yeah, absolutely,
dear.
we'd love to have you.
Well, okay, so anything else that you can think of that is trending for fall that we might not be thinking of?
Let me see. No, I think that was about it.
Because you said this season is all about another decade.
And it's big 90s. 90s, but there was, on the fall runways, there was big blow dries too, like classic old school big blow dries. So
really?
That's probably about a 40s, I believe, throwback a little bit.
Like the Texas?
I mean, it was sprayed, done.
Really?
Yeah. Which is great. I mean, I'm all for it. You know, we live in Oklahoma. I love it. Lots of wind. Let's spray it and get it, spray it and stick. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, anything else that we missed here? What is that?
This is like a keratin. For people that have curly hair and you want to smooth it, an anti-frizz, this is kind of a new spray.
What's the name of it?
It's called Good Behavior.
Oh, that's cute.
For your hair. And basically what it is a lot of people don't want to invest the money in a keratin treatment, so it's kind of a mini version of it in a spray. It's probably not going to be super strong like a keratin, but it might be a good test drive to see if you want one.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
Well,
and that's a new product.
But it's
just
cute
came out.
can too.
Yeah, all good names.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Jennifer. We always need some good hair tips and ideas for having healthy hair. You also tell us about these great products to try and some great ideas on hairstyles. Come back soon and tell us what will be trending during the holidays. We hope it's lots of glitter.
Yeah, lots of glitter, lots of fun.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you, Ellen.